kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
I promise you, this is not a political podcast.
Jump from the deep end of the pool, set up the mood. Paranoi Radio, set up the mood. Paranoi Radio, set up the mood. Paranoi Radio, set up the mood. 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 Set up the mood.
That's right, baby. We're about to jump on. We're about to jump in. All right. Testicles, 1, 2, testicles. Welcome back to Paranoi Radio podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Trebles Garcia, and I want to thank the Lord for allowing me to be here today, and I want to thank every single one of you for allowing me into your space. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have to remind you that the most important thing that you could do for the show is word of mouth. Check us out at paranoidradio.com and check out the affiliations. Also, I want to remind you that if you guys have been contemplating or entertaining the idea of suicide, put your burden on somebody else. It only takes 10 more seconds of life. We don't need no more mothers and sisters and brothers and aunts and uncles crying because you left us. So go to paranoidradio.com, and the first thing that you'll see would be a 24/7 chat lifeline button. You could chat, text, or call anybody immediately, and you could talk to anybody at 24/7. All right, guys, that's absolutely free. You don't need to subscribe, watch, or like anything. Just live. That's all I want you to do. Also, make sure you check out CRYPTID Warfare Operations. They will give you the tools and the assets and the guidelines to eliminate those critters outside of your house if you have been paranormally activated. Also, make sure you check out Ali Christine. She gives you the tools to keep your kids healthy again. Parasitic free. She gives you all the medicines, and she also she has great prices also, and it's a great product. Guys, I don't get paid to say this. I tried her stuff, and it's amazing. She's a good friend of mine. Ali Christine, make sure you check us out, and do not forget to season your meat before you eat with flavors of the forest. Jump in from the deep end of the pool and set the freaking mood. Please give a warm welcome to my next special guest. She's been here before. She started her own show. She's an amazing cast. She's an amazing person. Alice Redfield. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yay, me. I'm back.
We're not even supposed to be here today. This is done. You're late.
I know. Because I don't even know how to, read a clock, apparently. We'll get there.
It happens when you're in a rabbit hole. You lose track of time, right? The odds
all
factor.
The time. All the time. How you been?
I'm doing good. Thank God. I just got out of the conversation with Flash, and this episode is dropping today with Flash. So by the time you guys are hearing this, that Flash episode is already like 2 to 3 weeks old. Yeah. So we are recording 2 to 3 times a day, fresh out of work. So we're still kicking ass. And I heard you have a show. What's up with you?
I do. So we've got Alice Uncoded, you guys. It's a new podcast that I have. It's right now we're diving into the Diddy trial because it's huge. You know, lots of things going on there. It's called Combs Confidential. Kevin from Where the Weird Ones Are. Sorry, I always think Where the Wild Things Are because of the book, but Where the Weird Ones Are. He's producing it for me. He's been amazing and stuff, so it's been really fun. It's the Diddy trial, man. That is a mind fuck. That's a lot.
And
it's a lot.
Where can people find you? Let them know.
Okay, so I have a Instagram page, Alice Red Pill 12. And then I also do Substacks too, not just on the Diddy trial. I cover a lot more other things, if you're like to read and things of that nature. And I just figured out that there's this button on a Substack where you can play it and listen to the article like a podcast. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I was like, that's cool. So you can do that too if you don't have the time to read. So I've been really into writing, but anywhere you can find your podcasts. Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever you get your truth.
I freaking love it. Make sure you check her out, guys. She's also going to be in the description of the show, and give her show 5-star review. Give her a like. Yeah. You know what? In fact, I cherish you so much, and I cherish your time and what you do is because the reason I do is because, first of all, you gave me an amazing episode last time we spoke. Your energy is amazing. Fun. You have a lot to say, but you are one of the only few people out there breaking the matrix on everything that's Diddy. You're doing a lot better than I am. So without any further ado, it's hard, right? To consume it, to retain it.
Yeah, just to be in it until this week. Okay, so we're in the 4th week of the trial. this week I am just trying to read things like sort of after they've been already online for the past few hours, and then I will go into like putting things on my Instagram, because it's so hard to really just absorb that information and like sit with it, and it's a lot. There's a lot of dark shit that goes on there.
Did you see my
There was a post I seen on Instagram um that the lady was like, they're trying to popularize the perversion of it. And I was like, for a minute there, I was like, it makes sense. They're
Oh yeah,
they're
for sure.
mainstreaming the
That
crazy
and
shit,
the
right?
addiction, like there's so much, like the psychological aspect of the whole trial is a lot of what people aren't really like grasping. There's so many things that under layers and stuff, and everybody asks the question, why did they stay, why did they do this, why did they do that? And we can't be asking those questions. Like there's more important questions and more important things that we need to focus on. So yeah, it has been very time consuming. My kids are so sick and tired of hearing about it. It's so funny though, because my grandmother was obsessed with the OJ Simpson trial when that came out. And this is like, I feel our OJ Simpson of like this century, except I just don't think that, I think he's going to get maybe just a little bit of time. Not much.
What? Get the fuck out. Okay.
I
Jump
promise.
into it. Okay, first of all, what did you find most recently? Today is what, the 10th of June when we
Yes.
recorded
So
this episode?
yes. So today we have Jane Doe on the stand. It's another Jane Doe. I believe that this Jane Doe personally is Daphne Joy, 50 Cent's baby mama. It just the dots I've connected. It just makes way too much sense. She was really in love with him, like really, really in love with him. And she wanted a relationship, and he was not about it, like at all. He just wanted like these freak offs, but with her, it wasn't freak offs. They were called hotel nights or debauchery nights. I think that the prosecution has done a really good job of showing a pattern of how he is, regardless of the witnesses that are on the stand, whether like, because there's this one girl, Bana, they call her, but her name was Brianna, and she was like, she's done so many drugs. So like you just wonder why the prosecution would even have her on like the witness list to begin with. But at the same time, they are able to show a pattern of coercion. I think like, they've shown that he would fly women in exchange for money. So that's illegal. You can't do that. And I think they've done a pretty good job of defending the Rico case as well. They've had a lot of great witnesses on the stand. I think this last one though, Jane Doe, is like I said, Daphne Joy, I think it is. She's been amazing. And then there was this one guy named Angel. Oh no, not Angel. Sorry. No, Diddy called him his angel. Because his name was Eddie Garcia. And he was the one that was able to get the tape of him beating Cassie down for Diddy before anything happened. So he called him his angel though, like repeatedly.
Because he was being like kind of like of his guardian. He was looking after him.
Hell yeah. So it's wild. This trial, I think, is going very fast, though. That's something else that I don't really like. I think that
Why do you think that's happening?
I think that they are trying to get this done in a certain amount of time. I think the judge wants it. He said it was only going to be a certain amount of weeks. He wants it done in that time frame. I'm not exactly sure why they want it done that fast, because they're not producing things on the docket as fast. Like there's things that we should have gotten as far as exhibit pictures. I feel things that were added into the docket that have been taking weeks to get off Pacer, like weeks. Stuff that we should have had, like that was in the beginning of the trial started on May 5th. Yeah. So in the middle, end of May are just starting to trickle in the docket. And so this is like one of the most privately like public trials, and it's just making people want to know more, I feel.
Is he present on every single one every day?
He is there every single day. He rotates through outfits, which is funny. So he's not in the same outfit every day. And then he told one of the artists, the sketch artists that was drawing him, he said to her, "You need to quit making me look like a koala bear." So he's like trying to
The
dictate
balls
how
in
he
that
looks.
motherfucker.
I know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
bro, the sketch artist, any sketch artist isn't really good, but no, he's been present every single day. I know his mother has been there, I think almost every day, and his sons, Justin and King Combs. No, King
Imagine
Combs
the
is Justin, yeah.
emotion. Imagine the emotion with your kids. I get it because you've always known, but your mom, bro, sitting there, hearing everything, every single element, every episode. That's
See,
a
I
trip.
don't think it's a surprise to her. I think she was right along there with him.
What?
Yes. You've never heard,
Explain to
okay,
me how.
because
Wait.
she has there's been documentaries, and on the fall of Diddy, there's one, it's on HBO Max. It's amazing. That's the best one that I've seen so far. It's got childhood friends. She basically made him into like who he was. Like he was a very soft, like little pussy kind of like boy, and she was like, "Nah, you got to be hard." Her husband, Sean Combs, his dad was a like gangster running drugs and stuff like that. I think he was under, I don't, there's so many different stories. There's like 3 different ones. The one I think is actually true is that he was caught. His dad was as an informant, and he got killed. Like they found out his crew, whoever he was running with, and then they shot him, killed him. Diddy ended up moving to Mount Vernon with his mom and his sister, and they and actually my mom lived close to Mount Vernon, so it's a really, really nice area. I can see why she wanted to get her kids away from that. But the childhood friend talks about like them walking in as young kids and seeing people doing drugs, having sex, all sorts of things that he was exposed to at a very young age. And then there was also the Fresh Air Fund, where he frequented as a kid summer camp. And then I did a little digging on that, and they have got some like sexual, like kids, like sexual allegations against them. So I can't imagine, can you imagine sending your kid off for like the whole entire summer with like some random family that you don't really know?
Mm-hmm.
For them to get the outside fresh air experience. And then because I lived in upstate New York, so the city kids came where I was, and we would go Upward Bound, and that was called Upward Bound, and we would go to the city and get to the city experience. So we were like almost like trade
The
places.
opposite around.
But she's always been into some dirty stuff. They even say, some people on the internet, conspiracy theorists, say that that's not even his mother, that that's his aunt. And then there's a video of her. They are getting IVs, liquid IVs, after probably a crazy freak off. She's been known to participate in crazy nights. Now, I want to make it very clear.
That's
from
insane, dude. That's
right.
so bad, bro.
She even says, there's this one video where she's like, "Yeah, I can touch my hands to the ground and like shake it," or he says that, and she's like, "Yeah, flat palms," or something like that, and he's like, "Yeah, flat palms, you know how my mom do." So I have a feeling that, I don't think necessarily that she was involved in like the sexual stuff, because like I wanted to say before, I want to make very clear to your listeners, I don't think freak offs or hotel nights or whatever, I think that was just solely for his girlfriends and him. Like it was with a male escort and his significant other or girlfriend or whatever girl he had in the lineup. It wasn't like like Beyonce and Jay-Z weren't at the freak offs. Like that's not what the freak offs were. The freak offs were very intimate, like things between.
Really?
Yes. That's why we're not going to hear any celebrity names.
Because good thing that you mentioned that. That is the impression I get. That is the impression anybody gets. The people that I haven't been following it because I have you to give me all the info.
Okay.
So I'm like, so the moment I hear Diddy, I'm like, oh yeah, a bunch of stars. He blackmailed all of them because he probably clapped their cheeks or the other way around, and
Right?
he has them on video. And that's the first thing that we all think, that he
Yeah.
had elites in his party freak offs, intimate or not, but in
Mm-mm.
their like, and in maybe even underage girls or people.
I don't no, and see, I don't even think it was underage girls that were there. I think he had underage girls at his white parties and his parties that he threw. But as far as the freak offs, the baby oil, the Astroglide, the rubber duckies, the nitrous
What? Not even
oxide,
one artist? Not even one artist. So the reason I think
no.
the reason I'm saying this is because I think we live in like an alternative reality. I heard, I think it was a video that I seen of the security guard saying I saw when Meek Mills went inside the room and I heard and I recorded him doing things to Meek Mill while Meek Mill was
Hmm.
fucking drunk, and then this is the bouncer of the mansion, I guess, and he recorded the audio of them doing their shit.
Yeah,
You get what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
So
I think that there are definitely videos like that for sure, but I think that like I think there's some videos with DJ Khaled, Bad Bunny, Rick Ross. I
yeah.
think there's a
Mhm.
lot of videos out there, but I think that was I don't think we're gonna see those because that was they're not pressing the charges. Meek Mill isn't going after him. Rick Ross isn't. The United States is.
Even so, he's fighting the state. He's not fighting. He's fighting federal, the feds. He's not fighting lawsuits. And you know what's
Right.
important too? That we have to. This is kind of like what happened with the Epstein situation. It has to come on faces because people have the right to get a lawyer. So if these, let's hypothetically say that Khaled was in there in that mix-up, he probably the moment they saw Diddy got caught, they lawyered up.
Oh, for
So
sure.
now their information can be put out because they have disclosure agreements, etc.,
Right.
under investigation. So that it crosses technically.
Exactly. And not even really them. Like, let's just put into, for instance, Christina Coram, KK, Diddy's assistant.
Mm.
She knows where the bodies are buried. She's not even on the witness list to be called to this trial.
What? No
Yes,
way. This
yes,
sounds like a movie, bro. This
that
sounds
it
like a movie.
does. And
Yeah.
you gotta wonder too, like, we've got Robin Greenhill, who's been
Hmm.
linked to Britney Spears. That is Diddy's accountant. She controlled Britney, helped Lou Taylor with the whole conservatorship. We've got Black Box Entertainment, the security system. They're involved. We've got so many names that these like people like me and you and like the conspiracy theorists, we have heard these names over and over and over again, and nothing has ever been done about it, and nothing will ever be done about it because it's just that's they don't abide when stars like Diddy, the elites, Weinstein, whoever you guys want to,
Hmm.
Cosby, R. Kelly, their rule book isn't the same. Even though that there's enough for them to even fuck with them, the feds, federally wise,
Hmm. Hmm.
they still don't play on the same system we do, even when they get into court.
It's
It just
it's
doesn't
it's
happen.
who they know. It's who they know. The
Yeah,
generation of like my
yeah,
parents know you. We grew up together, etc. Or we do business together, and you might never know. But the people that are also involved doing the persecutions are probably got involved. The FBI agents, the judge, etc. and etc.
that's exactly what I was just going to say next. Now
Mm.
you have to also look at the prosecution, the lead prosecution. It's Maureen Comey. Maureen Comey is
Mm.
James Comey's daughter. James Comey was head of the FBI. Trump hates him. Not too long ago, just made threats against Trump's life. Yes, also on the Epstein trial she was on. And then we've got Tenny Agnifilo, or not Agnifilo, Garagos, who is Mark Garagos's daughter. Mark Garagos was Scott Peterson's lawyer, Michael Jackson's lawyer. I mean, like, there's a few.
Coincidentally, look at that.
And then the lawyer that was originally supposed to head the whole thing, I can't remember his name, but he's a black guy. He's the one that told us that we were going to see all these names and that was going to blow our minds, the amount of people that we were going to see, right? He backs out before the trial even starts, and we find out later on, probably a few months later, is funded by the Soros family.
Huh.
So you've got to wonder, these prosecutors, they, like I said, she's doing a great job of establishing a pattern, but do I think she's really pressing on the questions? Absolutely not. I think she could do a way better job. Then again, like I said, I don't think that they play by the same rules. He's either going, like I said, I don't know how this is going to go because I think they've done a really good job of establishing the RICO and the sex trafficking. But you also have to remember he's been in jail since September. So is he going to get time served and walk? Because these girls wanted it. They're going to say that they wanted it. These Jane Does, while they are making great patterns, are giving the defense such gems. Like, yes, I felt bad, so I called the escort. No, I didn't want to have a freak off or a hotel night, but I flew out there to meet him anyways. So the gems that they have on cross-examination.
The gems and I'm telling you right now, they are popularizing the idea of having an intimate relationship with abusers like he is and having this mental illness. They're making it popular.
Yes.
They're popularizing it. They're mainstreaming it.
It's the same actually with this whole like robot thing that we've got going on, like this AI thing. I watched a video the other day of like Elon Musk and you know how he has the Doge hat or whatever, and everybody says he's like the technology god and like all this stuff, just trying to like make things, the chips and the Neuralink and things like that. Well, if you really look and like dig into it, Doge is e-god, electronic god backwards. Yeah. And they say that this feud right now.
He said it too. He said it too. He goes, we are bringing in the new Jesus. I know I heard him. Hashtag look it up, guys. I'm not sure.
Find it.
Yeah, find it because it's there. You've seen it, right? You've seen it when he's having like an interview and they're like, well, he goes, well, there's a new Bible. And it's like, bro, you are hitting some points, man.
So watch. I'm telling you, this feud right now, this isn't a feud. This is something to get the Democrats to want to implore more AI, more technology, more that artificial intelligence.
As we speak, they're building the biggest AI company in the planet in Texas right now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What, so like just all sorts of AI and stuff, robots, things of that nature, cars, or what are they doing?
It's to power AI. There's gonna be I don't know how many quantum freaking servers there. Look it up. I'll get you the name on it right now. But
yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Because I haven't heard anything about that yet, but I just know that they are trying to set the stage and trick kind of the Democrats into, because now that Elon.
It's called the Stargate Project, a joint venture between OpenAI and SoftBank, Oracle, and others, which can be also Musk, are constructing a large-scale AI data center in Abilene, Texas, with a total investment of $500 billion, according to multiple news resources. And this is getting set up now. Stargate. It's called Stargate Project. It's funny, huh? Stargate. Yeah.
Neuralink, like all these things with the stars. And then the whole thing with him not really letting us know about what was going on with the drones and stuff, like that was weird to me. I just think that they are setting the stage for Trump. I don't even think JD Vance is going to be the one to take over. I think it's going to be Elon, and it's going to be something that we've probably never seen before. I think they're setting the stage for that right now. Some of these fires in LA, I don't even think are really like people setting them. I think it's.
Oh no! Well, today I did an episode right now, which is dropping right now. I almost finished. Just finished the art with Flash, and you know how I'm in LA, so it's a hot topic.
Yeah.
When we talk, it's called War Games, and as we were talking, he pops up with, because he's getting his news information. He's my political analyst, right? So he's telling me right now, today, Trump already said that he's going to start investigating whoever is funding these rioters because it's not the people. In fact,
It's
I
not.
know people that are older, that have families, that have jobs, that have things to lose if they get caught doing stupid shit, that they walked away once they saw the troubleheads, the troublemakers, the knuckleheads burning the cars. And they were like, that's not what we're here for. And then they left.
No.
So the people that were remaining there were all masked up. Did you see that guy holding a Mexican flag? Oh, that was a prop. He was
I
on
know.
top of a car with his asylum obey pants, shirtless, covered up, like something out of a fucking movie or video game, dude. Get
It's
out of here.
wild.
It's a prop.
It's
It's a prop.
crazy. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on because just decided I'm going to take the weekend off from going on the online, and of course get on, and I'm like, what the fuck? LA's back on fire.
We
Going
stay on
on?
fire.
I was nuts. I couldn't believe it. And I was like, what's going on? I have a
Mhm.
friend, his name is Danny. You guys would actually get along great. He's so cool. He is a cameraman, and he does a lot of, I think he did like 4 concerts, and like he's doing the BET Awards right now. He's so dope. But he also lives in LA. And
Mhm.
he was telling me one of the union, like the head of the union reps, because that's what, he works for that and
Mhm.
stuff like that in the film industry, and he got arrested. He was
Imagine
out
that.
protesting.
Hmm.
It's crazy. So what exactly, like, it's because of the ICE raids and stuff?
It's because of the ICE raids, and then they came in with warrants, and if there was 3 people that they needed to get with the warrants, and there was 8 surrounding them, and they were undocumented, they're taking them all to investigate who they are, et cetera, and et cetera. So people are pissed off that they're taking people with no warrants. And now, as soon as the riot started, ICE doubled up. And now they're taking people at the Home Depot. Now it's not people with warrants. Now it's a
No.
quota. Now they have a goal. So I was like, yo. So I stepped back. I let that post go, ran, and I was like, yo. And then I seen people in Texas. So I understand that there is also, it's a sensitive topic, but I understand that
It is.
there is Trump, all his crew, and then the bottom people that are out in the streets doing it, right? The freaking cops, the FBI, the agents, right? So I
Right.
understand that some agents come and they might be racist. They might be
Oh, of
part of some
course.
group, and they abuse their power. I know that there's bad apples that make us look bad. Like, oh, look, you're so heartless. They're taking people that just been working here for 15 years. I'm like, that's not the people they're looking for, though. But it is happening.
Right.
And
It
and
is
they have
happening though.
they have 4-year-olds zip tied by the hands like animals. I'm like, those are little kids, bro. They're not gonna grab your gun and shoot you, dude. It's like
Right.
it's kind of like, why would you? And that happened in Texas. And I'm like, okay, so if that happened here in California and people put that video out, I was about to put that video out, and I'm like, damn, dog, this is so controversial. It's just, you get entangled. Yeah.
It is. And it is very, and I'm sure being Latino yourself, and saying the things that you say, like I loved what you posted the other day. Like, I mean, this, like, at the end of the day, you are here illegally. It sucks that this is my thing. I love that you've been here for 15 years and you've been busting your ass and supporting both your family here or where the fuck ever. I don't care if you're sending money back to Mexico.
Mhm.
But 15 years, homie, that's a long fucking time to not become legal. Because I know if I went over to Canada, France, Europe, wherever the fuck,
By that time,
Mexico,
you should be working on something. My parents did it. It took them a long time, but they did it. My mom
yeah,
enjoyed her papers after she traveled after. So I was like, there is ways to do it. And then it's not fair
there
for the
is.
people that have been here for 10 to 15 years doing the due process. And then the last 4 years, a Venezuelan comes in and gets all the fucking healthcare, all the fucking EBT. Nah, bro, that you cut the
Nuh-uh.
line. You cut the
Yeah.
line. It's
Where
not
do
right.
you cut the line? And it's just because we have the same skin color
Mhm.
doesn't mean, like, no, I don't care that I'm half black. I don't believe Martin Luther King was a good guy.
Word, he
I am
wasn't.
Latino. I
Mhm.
don't care that ICE is deporting people. These people are here illegally. Like, there's rules. There's all sorts of rules. Like you said, it's simple fucking math.
Mhm.
It's
And it
simple
hurts.
math.
People are just, you know what they do? They sent me death threats, and they were like, they texted me, like people got my number off the, like it's like
Wow.
I pulled out the Beretta. I have it next to the thing next to when I'm sleeping because my family ain't home right now. Thank God. My kids are traveling with my wife, and I'm alone for the rest of the month. So I was like, thank God, because I don't know what
Yeah.
might be popping off in LA, right? So in my head, I was like,
Seriously.
for you to like send me a threat that you're gonna kill me because I don't think the way you think, yeah, there's a problem. There's a
Mind blowing.
problem.
And yeah, and you are the problem, not you, but that person. Like you
Hmm.
are exactly what the fucking problem is.
Hmm.
Not letting people, everybody can have different opinions. We just need to be respectful, I believe. I just think like the whole, they play, what breaks my heart the most is that the people that don't understand, like the other races, even, I mean, white people too, but like mainly like the other races that don't understand, like it was designed this way. Like
What do you think
they
happened the
had,
last 4 years? It wouldn't have gone this bad if it wasn't allowed to happen for years. These people came in the last
forever.
4 years, and now it's going to be a huge impact because we need to get them all out. Keep that same energy,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's not
it's
good. We don't want that. We don't want that kind of energy around here. We don't want to be afraid to let our daughters, go walk down the park to the park or swing, or just look down at your phone for a second at least, and not have a Lake and Riley situation, or you know what I mean? Like that's devastating and heartbreaking to get that phone call. So I'm all for it. I don't like the kids being zip tied. I think that's fucking ridiculous. But you
mhm.
also have to remember that's not Trump doing that.
Word.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the chain of command somewhere, somehow, someone, you know.
Somewhere
I
is calling that
somewhere,
shot.
yeah. I love the fact that you came in here. We gave a mix of emotions, a mix of information, but we have a couple more minutes more. Hey, talk to
All
me.
right.
What are you working on your show right now? What's popping? What's the freshest thing that you've uncovered?
So right now, like I said, we're doing Diddy, but I am getting ready to get with this one lady. Her name, I don't know if she wants me to say her name, so I'm not gonna say it. But we're getting
Word.
together, and she lives in Sedona, and I live in not too far away from her, and we found a an old Epstein traffic ring that is right here, and that another sex ring that might be a child trafficking ring that might be still currently
Boots
happening.
on the ground. Look at that.
Yeah, she's
Massive.
amazing. She just sent me a bunch of stuff. Epstein had a temple here in the town that I live in. Yeah.
Really? When are you
Yeah.
putting that out? That's
So
huge.
yeah, I've been getting together and working with her. There's another girl that I'm talking with too. She lives next door to a man who harvests adrenochrome.
What? You know
Yeah,
what? I think you found your niche.
I
You need to
know.
use those connections. You got to
I
use those
know.
connections.
I was just like, holy shit, no, you don't. And she's like, yeah, this guy, like, she's also been trafficked by the elites as well. So I've actually had 3 or 4 girls that have come into my inbox that have been trafficked by elites, that have told me some shit that I thought like, okay, sure, or okay, Alice, you are way off the deep end. No, they confirm like stuff that the Bohemian Grove that I thought. And then this other girl, she also sent me a video of back in the day, Oprah, and she didn't she said it in so many words, but she didn't really say it. I think the girl that was speaking in the video was her mother. And she was
Wow.
talking about how her mother, like, they harvested and people and bodies and body parts for adrenochrome and all of that kind of stuff. And I'll send you the clip because it's wild. And it was on Oprah, you guys, in like the 70s, like these women. And then I found another clip of Joan Rivers. She had on Zena LaVey, who was Anton LaVey's daughter, who was the
Hmm.
founder of the, like,
Satanic
the,
Church.
yes, thank you, the
Hmm.
Satanic Church.
Hmm.
So There's all sorts of stuff. I really like getting into that stuff. Like I feel
Can you send one my way? I would love to get not statement, but documentary.
yeah. Oh
It's like
yeah,
a,
for
it's
sure.
like a mini, please.
Some of the girls are really I've only found one that none of them yet will go on like
On
this with me.
shows.
Like yeah, on shows with me, which I totally understand because they know some shit. But
Mhm.
I was like, I'll distort your voice. I'll like you can be in the dark or whatever. So yeah, no, as soon as there's one girl that I think that the girl that with the adrenochrome neighbor or whatever, I think she'll like talk, but she's also like she doesn't really know me. And I just try to establish a rapport with these girls too. Not that I'm trying to get information out of them because this is their story and I don't want to ever make them feel like they need to tell me. Um
Word.
you know what I mean? Because I don't want to make them feel like a victim again,
Mhm.
or they have feel obligated to tell me. But she's really amazing. And I just these girls, it's wild. It's true, guys. There are underground tunnels. There are people literally killing children at the heightened state of their paranoid, frantic, oh my God, what's gonna happen to me? And using it for blood. Like I thought that was all like a joke. Like,
A
like
person, a person that does the stuff that you're talking about, and she's amazing at it, is Emma Catherine on
okay.
Twitter and on Instagram, and she's doing that. So she gets with people that have survived human trafficking, that have been, abused, and I'm talking about elites, where people
Yeah.
mention names, and then she has full on conversations, and that's all of every single one of her episodes is only with survivors. Not even like
Yeah.
victims anymore. Like these people are surviving and thriving now, but they're opening up with her, and
Right.
she has an amazing following. So shout outs to Emma also, and you
Yeah.
guys should
I'll have to
definitely
follow her.
connect. Yeah.
I've never seen her or followed her or seen any of
You have
her
a
stuff.
Twitter? I'll send you her Twitter.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Okay.
Same Alice Red Pill 12. You can find me there too. I don't really tweet a lot of stuff and TikTok
I
too,
know.
but
I
I
only
just
go on Twitter because everybody's famous on Twitter.
yeah.
I don't have a following on Twitter either. I'm like,
I
I don't use it.
can't. I'm just like, you guys don't care about. Like, I like to put pictures, music. I like a whole vibe, like for like a story and stuff like that. So it's really
Mhm.
hard for me to get on Twitter. But there are a lot of there's another guy that had a woman on. I can't remember her name. I'll revamp that too. We'll go back through and
Mhm.
I'll send that to you. But she was trafficked by what was it? A Rothschild
Wow.
and a Rockefeller.
Mhm.
Yeah. And you could tell she was like the Rockefeller, even though he didn't have as much money like as the Rothschild guy that she was with, you could tell that like he was like calling the shots and stuff. She said it was wild. She was like MK Ultra, the whole nine at like
Those
5 years
those
old.
conversations are some of the most because people don't believe them. Who's gonna take them
No.
serious? But you know what? You know what, Alice? You and I and every other creator out there that's podcasting, we're the mainstream now. We are the
Oh yeah.
ones that are putting out the information now. Like we control the flow.
I
It's
love it.
all it's gonna take is unification, someone to make the network and put us all together,
I know.
because that's basically what we need, somebody to take the lead. But hey, I love the fact that you came late. I love the fact because it worked out,
Yes, it
everything works
did.
out perfectly. And please let the world know where they can find you one more time.
Okay, again, so you guys Substack or actually I'm Alice Liddell on Substack, but you can find me on there and then Alice Red Pill 12 on Instagram. And same thing with what's it called? TikTok, but I don't and Twitter. Don't really post too much, but yeah, keep a lookout on for my podcast, Alice Uncoded. Like I said, Combs Confidential series right now, but we're gonna mix things up a little bit soon here because I am drained from the Combs Confidential. Okay. Can't stop, won't
May-
stop. This bitch needs to stop.
oh
I'm over you,
man,
Diddy. I'm over it.
it's you know what, it's an unraveling, it's a roller coaster, and
It
I could
is.
only take so much of it too, man, sometimes. And not only the Diddy stuff, but like conspiracy theories at all.
Everything.
Sometimes I just lay there and watch a Star Wars movie just to,
Me too.
you know, just
Friends
to let
or
it
The
go.
Office, just to unwind, something. Or Love Island. I'm really into that right now. So actually, it's on. So I gotta go.
Make sure you check her out, guys, and do not forget to drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. That allows other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. Peace. That was awesome.